rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the crop, gotta love it or not. I'm hot from the hop to the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with everybody, we do it. Everybody, we do it.
Shops. Jay, Jay, come over here real quick. Jay, get over here real quick. Jay, come here. Jay, real quick. Come here, Jay. All right, we got my boy Jay from Indianapolis in the building. What is good, Jay? Say what up real quick. Everyone? He's gonna be in the background, VIP background, rolling joints, staying lit. But where the best Mexican food at? Where's it at?
It's here.
SD, right?
Yeah.
What did you have? What kind of burrito you have yesterday?
California.
From where? Lowly's, huh?
Yeah, they put fries in that shit. I put fries on my Philly. But I never had it in a burrito, and it's fucking
delicious.
Is
game-changing, huh?
Yeah, it was good.
All right.
For putting me onto that.
Thanks for being here, Jay.
What's up, everyone?
Jay in the building, man. Jay, the barber, Indianapolis. Stephen Cush is personal hair cutter. I mean, barber right there. Barber. My bad. Barber. Not a just. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. What is going on, guys? This is your boy MJ up in the building. You are now tapped into the coolest reptile podcast in the world. If this is your first time tuning in with us, please do your boy a favor, man. Hit that like button, subscribe button, leave us a comment, give the guest some sort of, feedback. Give me some feedback. Let me know how you're liking the show. It really means a lot. Really, real shit. Your guys' feedback really means a lot. So if you guys don't mind, I appreciate it. And so would the guests, So I'd also appreciate if you treat your damn snakes right and go to the freshest and bestest, bombest, sickest rodent company in the motherfucking industry. That's coldbloodedcafe.com, www.coldbloodedcafe.com, freshest and bestest, $30 flat rate shipping delivered to your doorstep, professionally packaged by the team. Shout out to the team, Cold Blooded Cafe. Shout out to John and Alex over at Sim Containers, man. If you need eggs hatched in a successful manner, you want to put them inside of a sim box. I'm telling you right now, Sim Containers is where it's at, and you should actually kind of see what they got going on with their monitor projects. I will say Mac Dre and Alice, the Ballz phase monitor, did come from Sim Containers, and I love them for it. Shout out to the team over at Sim Containers, man. And then shout out to the Texans, who are always flexing the hardest enclosures in the game right now. Focus Cube Habitats, PVC built enclosures. Very durable, very easy to move. I'm telling you, man, you want to talk about less, I think like the most cleanliness way to keep a reptile is in an arboreal, in a PVC type enclosure. in my opinion, it's easy to clean, less infection, dirty shit, whatever I'm trying to say. You get what I'm trying to say, man. PVC is where it's at. Check out Focus Cube Habitats. Their Instagrams in the link in the description below. Texas, all love over there, man. Shout out to Jesse. Shout out to the whole entire Freedom Breeder crew. Stainless Steels, man. They are just nonstop over there, man. Their fucking business is nonstop, and you guys are doing it all, man. Shout out to you guys. If you guys had a Freedom Breeder rack in your damn snake room, you guys are doing it right. I'm telling you right now, first and foremost. So shout out to you guys. Let me put my headphones on because I've done this one time where I was just talking and nobody could hear me, but all right, cool. So Freedom Breeder crew, man, you guys are awesome, man. I appreciate you guys' support. You guys are the best. If you want to talk about the best, you want to talk about inspirations, you want to talk about the man, motherfucking Miguel Garcia, always evolving pythons, always evolving any game he touches. I just feel like that's him, man. He's into RC cars now. He's breaking a lot of them now, but I mean, he's still really good at fucking anything he does. So at the end of the day, man, you want inspiration, you want some sort of a mentorship or somebody to kind of put you on, go fuck with my man, Miguel Garcia, always evolving pythons. He's it, man. He's it. And then before we really get into things, you got to make sure we continue to support US ARC. The fight never stops. Let's keep pushing. Let's keep doing what we got to do to keep our animal rights. This is bullshit. No one's going to take my animals. I'm sorry. You guys should have the same kind of mentality, man. Let's go ahead and get US ARC, more on the map, I should say. And yeah, I also want to say this real quick. I noticed, I'm not going to call it out, but there's some sort of herp society here locally, and I went on their page and I don't even see that they support US ARC, and I'm confused. I don't know how many other places out there that are like herp society places, but that aren't supporting US ARC. So, I mean, if you could guys look in your area and see where the gaps are, and let's close these gaps, I feel like that's going to be a huge, huge opportunity for all of us, man. So let's just see what we can do. If you don't got money, that's cool. Let's make sure that you got actually look around and see what you can do to help. Word of mouth is key, man. Start talking about it. Tell all your friends. Tell everyone who's getting into reptiles or anyone who's already in reptiles and hasn't done anything yet. This is your time. Let them know. All right. US ARC, continue to fight. Sick, man. Let's go. Early birds. Damn, there's so many. Dude, it's always Canada who's ready to rock and roll on a Saturday morning, bro. Like, this is why I love bringing Canadian breeders to the fucking channel, because you guys are always here, ready to rock. What's cracking? And then my homie Harry up in the building. Early birds in the house. You already know the deal, Harry. What's going on? The homie Foster. What's up with your chicken, Foster? Oh, man, you got me hungry, bro. What's going on, man? I love the homie Foster. Make sure you check him out. Genetic Intuition. We actually had a Saturday morning session, and it was great, man. He got super lit, but still killed that shit. And that's my boy Foster, man. Go check him out. It's the homie. What up, Josh? Burnskill. What up? Burnskill? That's a sick guy. Brunskill. I don't know. Sick guy's name, though. What's going on, man? How you guys doing? Homie Savage Beauty Exotics. How are you? The General up in the building. How are you? Big salute to my boy, the General. This is the man right here. You guys got to go follow Martin Morph's Ops. Huge support, man. If this guy's on your team, you really have somebody riding for you. That's all I got to say. So salute to you, General. I appreciate everything you do for not only me, but for everyone you ride for. PDs, Reptiles, what is going on? Railway City, Reptiles, what is Bracken? Fours, Pythons, Bateman. What's going on, Kevin? I bet you're excited for that Arlington trip. Shout out to anyone who's going to Arlington. I might go. I don't know. It's definitely a coin flip right now. I got other priorities. I'm going to be in Washington, visiting some family. So if I could, somehow swindle it, I will. But nothing's set in stone. We'll see. If I am there, you'll see me mobbing with the RepTech crew. That's all I got to say. All right. What up, Wiz? The homie Wiz up in the building. How are you doing, Wiz? Oh, homie Jay Hendo. Homie Jay Hendo, dog. What's up? I appreciate your support. Reefer Ballz. I'm going to be lit for this show. I appreciate you, dog. Let's see. I got your shirt, too. I'll be sending out your shirt real soon. Speaking of shirts, Mindy, I got your shirt going out, too. What's up, homegirl Mindy? Trap Soldier up in the building. Nathan Katz. What's up, Nathan? Lily, the homegirl, my second favorite Lily on earth. How are you? And you guys are all here, man. I appreciate you guys. All right. Top of the morning. Like I said, it's going to go down. As of now, we got my boy Dean out of Canada. Now, before we drop my boy Dean, I just want to say there are many Canadian breeders out there doing it right, okay? There is. I actually have a list of fucking just like prospects. And this guy Dean, I've been following and I've been admiring his platform. And just because, like, you go to his page and boom, oh, this is this guy Dean, and I appreciate that he's on his own level with shit, and that's all you guys got to do, day by day type of thing. And I just love Canadians, man. So here we go. We got Dean up in the fucking building out of Canada. What is cracking, Dean?
Chilling, man. How's it going?
I'm doing good, man. How you living?
Good. Saturday off. It's always a good time.
You normally got weekends off?
Recently, yes. I used to work weekends all the time, but now I actually got them off, so it's nice. I enjoy it.
I will say, man, like ever since I was a kid, working, I never wanted to work weekends, but when that changes and you want the money, then you'll work any day of the week, right?
Yeah.
But now that like I'm not in like, I used to be in retail and then I was in the gym, and obviously, weekend days are really important. Obviously life's changed. I'm working with snakes. I work on my own schedule and I just love my weekends.
Fuck yeah.
I just love my Saturdays, bro. I mean, it's, I still I do the podcast. I still do shit on the weekends, but it's just that mentality of like, it's the weekend. Like, it's like almost a holiday every week. It's the weekend. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. So I respect it. What do you do for a living, dude?
So I actually, I run a pet shop. I've been in the pet trade for, it'll be 8 years next month.
Pet trade. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So I work in Southwest Pet. It's a pretty big local pet shop here in London, Ontario, Canada. It's kind of a weird story. I like talking to my grandma. She's always explained, yeah, you've been to the trailer and you've always caught frogs and snakes and whatnot, but I never really knew I had a passion for reptiles or animals in general. So I went into the pet store one day and I talked to the owner, Andrew, and was like, hey, I want to work with animals. I want to deal with reptiles. So I actually started out trying to do educational shows. That was how I kind of wanted to start either teaching myself, but also teaching others that reptiles aren't something to be afraid of. So I started off with kind of wanting to just start the educational side of doing reptiles. And I got into the pet store. I started as the ball python or the snake feeder. So I went in every Friday and I would feed all the snakes. And I had a big opportunity because my boss, Andrew, he actually was still dealing with like 25, 30 normal ball pythons coming in a bag.
Whoa.
And
what time was this? What year was this?
This would have been 2013. No, when would this would have been? 20, what is it? 21 now. So 2020, 2013, 2014 ish. So yeah, he actually taught me how to start taking care of ball pythons in a bag. The first thing that the biggest issue was obviously checking them over for any health issues or mites or ticks or whatever we were dealing with, and then getting them feeding. When I first started into ball pythons, the rule of thumb were ball pythons were a pain in the ass because they wouldn't eat consistently. They wouldn't do this, but I personally think that's a crock of shit now. You need to understand what you're dealing with. Once you understand what you're dealing with, you will be able to understand the animals and figure them out. Being in a pet store, I deal with many different things. Ball python's just my forte. So I deal with many different things. I deal with both sides of the fence. I deal with ball python breeders. I deal with people that keep ball pythons in glass enclosures. I don't find a issue with either, unless you're not doing it correctly. But I deal with people that keep snakes in glass enclosures, and I'm the one there to help them, support them, guide them through it to do it correctly. If they do that, these animals thrive just like if we keep them in our snake racks as breeders. So,
right.
But yeah, that was kind of how I got into it. I was scared shitless of ball pythons at one point. My buddy's brother had one. I would go over and we would smoke a joint. I would say, Jesse, put this snake on the floor, and I would sit cross-legged. And if it moved, I was like, dude, grab that snake, grab that snake. But once I got into the pet store, I started dealing with about an 11-foot Burmese python. His name's Seth. He's my homie. I did a lot of educational shows with him for schools and little birthday parties and a bunch of different things. And then we also had a red tegu that I dealt with. So I dealt with some bigger lizards. We had some tortoises and a bunch of different stuff. So it's a good time. And then once I got into loving the ball python so much, and I came across Mark Mandic, and realized this orange dream is something I just fell in love with, and now I work a lot with orange dream stuff. So it kind of came out of nowhere. I as you can see behind me, I'm a big hockey guy.
Right.
So I always Toronto Maple Leafs. Yes, that's seeing my logo. I think you can kind of put everything together now.
Yep.
So yeah, it's good, man. It's good.
That's sick. Okay, so 2013, and then how old are you, Gene?
I'm 32.
Cool. Yeah, all right, around the same age. So 2013, fairly young age at that time. You know, you're like mid-20s, right?
Yeah.
Lower 20s. So, what going from like fuck, I'm terrified of snakes to like actually saying I want to make this into a business and like taking that, you know, because you got to understand, even somebody who's obsessed with snakes or passionate about snakes, it still takes a lot for them to do that as a full-time thing or to do that as a living, right?
Yeah.
So like I want to ask, like, what are you a businessman? Like did you really plot, like did you sit back and plan all this and really take your time, or do you just leap into it and say fuck it, YOLO? Like, you know, like how'd you do?
I definitely would say I took my time. Like doing this with you right now is probably the first time I've ever really done anything on any social media platform other than just posting my snakes and maybe the odd picture of myself and my wife and some of the animals we keep. But other than that, it's actually, this was a good opportunity for me right now too, because I actually just got a partner, and he came to me with a little bit of an offer to join into Canadian Ballz, and it worked out well that we are going into business together, and Canadian Ballz is going to go legit. And I just actually made my first big purchase with a person that I'm sure everybody knows, and if you don't know him, you're nuts. But Justin from JKR,
Right.
I bought some heat from him, so I'm just taking that step to the business side of it kind of this year. I've been dealing with another guy that everybody should know, especially if you're Canadian, is Will from RCR.
Who?
Will, yeah, Willis.
That's my boy.
Will straight up, dude.
I don't want like Dean. I could already tell I'm liking you a lot, but fuck, bro. Like, why am I such a fan of all these Canadians? Like, I'm talking like you guys are like the most laid back dudes, and Will is so humble, bro. Like, I'm gonna tell you about Will right now. Okay, like this motherfucker, we've been talking pretty like not like everyday best buddies, but we talk like pretty. You know, I share him like you know other stuff I keep at the house, and then all of a sudden. Like I'm like, damn, man, you know, I really need to get the fuck out of here. I need property. He's like, yeah, man, I know. I was like, yeah. He's like, you need 100 acres. I'm like, 100 acres. I was like, he's like, yeah, that's what I have, man. He's like, come up here. Like, dude, I was like, show me a video. He showed me a video of his surroundings. It was like it was like a clip out of Homeward Bound or something, bro. Like,
yeah, man.
I was like, bro, this is all yours. He's like, yeah. He's like, me, and then my parents are all the way down there, and like, it's like his own little fucking like town. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, dude, I would so move away for that. Like I would literally move away just to have that. But anyways, I never knew Will had that shit, and it was like, wow, bro, that's nuts.
So yeah, I had the opportunity to actually go and meet Will at his he doesn't like to call it a facility, but his building, and it opened up my eyes. And like you said, Will is probably one of the most down to earth, humble Canadians you'll ever meet. He taught me a lot, and Foster from Genetic Intuition and Tristan from Railway City. We went out for dinner, and it felt like he taught me a year's worth of information in 2 hours. So he, once I realized the business side of things from Will, just decided to go hard. So now hopefully things will just keep kind of getting bigger and expanding from here.
So that's a good, I'm glad you brought that up because I wanted to ask you, man, like, it seems like, you know, you starting in 2013, being scared of snakes, it seems like you surrounded yourself around the right people. Like, it sounds like you were fucking, you know, somebody like showed you what stone to step on next. And it seems like you just fucking boom, 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 right? Am I right?
Yeah, in the very beginning, I definitely I didn't have anybody really that I mentored or kind of was around, but I also wasn't into like all the reptile classifieds and all those things. I just kind of did my own thing, and I worked with my boss Andrew at the pet store before I started there, and he was more of a corn snake and chameleon, and he was into that kind of stuff, and bearded dragons too, and he didn't know much about ball pythons, so I seen an opportunity. So I slowly started to, like, I'll be straight up. I just sat on my couch, I would smoke some pot, hang out, and do some research. Research the shit out of all the genes that were out there, and was like, holy crap, this is nuts. And it's funny because I always said I would never own ball pythons, and I bred king snakes. They were the first species of snake I ever bred, and that was interesting. But once I was successful with that, I moved over to ball pythons, and I traded it was a gecko. I traded a gecko for a het caramel ball python. And I was like, oh, cool, I got a ball python, but what the hell does het mean? What's this? What's that? So that was when I just sat around and researched. And I wanted to be able to identify these genes and know what I was looking for and just find what I truly was wanting to work with and deal with. And then after, I would say, about 2 years, I met a gentleman named Mike from Mike's Rat Shack. We became really close homies. We would literally just hang out, do some dabs, and talk snakes, and it was the best. It was just one of those chill friendships that we connected with reptiles, which was so cool. So we just kind of taught each other a lot of stuff, kind of bounced things off each other a lot of the time, and then we slowly started to kind of reach out, and we met a few other people, and that was when it kind of started to kind of getting into the community and realizing that this community is one of the best out there. There's a lot of good people to deal with. You just gotta find the right people that you can be comfortable with and look up to.
It's kind of like, and this is like, you know, I'm kind of late to the party on this, and not that I'm late. It's just like, I'm just now starting to realize how genuine my energy is at this point, because you know, you if you follow me, you know, I have a lot of energy. Like, my energy is fucking always on top, but yeah. I think I'm spreading my energy too thin at this point, giving anyone the fucking time of day who wants to give me shit anymore. Like, it just, honestly, bro, it's so, and it's useless too, because these are people who will never have the balls to see me in my face. Like, these are just fucking, you know, like Billy likes to call them chirpers, you know, like, I know Billy had a passionate thing about chirpers for a while, and I got it at that time, but I didn't really get it until this point, what he really means about chirpers, because these chirpers are like, they're the ones who live in this elephant graveyard that I like to call on Facebook, like the people who just they're not evolving, like they're just stuck, like they're stuck. They're producing stuff, but it's not like you're not going anywhere, like you're just still that guy in a shed, you know what I mean? Like, you're in a shed producing nothing, right? Anyways,
and they're happy with it,
and that's cool. But then don't get unhappy when you see fucking somebody else who's fucking goddamn on a whole nother level on the elevator, and you can't even see them. You feel me? So, and that's like, people are always like happy until they see someone else doing better than them. And I don't mean everybody. Like you said, the community is beautiful. The community is really good. But
sorry to interrupt you, but I'd like to backtrack a little bit. Billy actually was one of the first that I met that was like legit. And the first couple of expensive animals I bought actually were from Billy, and thanks to Billy again for kind of showing me the light to what's out there, and just seeing where Billy's at now with the size of the facility he has and his social media presence. He's a huge part of what we do, and if it wasn't for Billy helping promote what we do, we wouldn't be as successful in the reptile community, I don't think. So he plays a huge part, especially for Canada. So thank you again, Billy.
Yeah, I will definitely say, bro, like Canada's on fire. They are, but I'll tell you right now, Marcus Jane, Billy, in my opinion, those are the fucking captains, man. Like those guys, and then there's Will too. Don't get me wrong. Will,
Yeah.
like Will's a huge cat. Like I'm just saying, like, and I'm probably forgetting somebody. I'm telling you, Canada
There's
is
lots.
fire, bro. Like it's I
Like-
just respect, and then obviously Khalil. Like I mean, the list goes
Yeah.
on. Like
I could go for a couple hours naming a couple great, not a couple, but a bunch of great people here in Canada, and we're here to thrive. We're here to impress people, and we don't fuck around, and that's what's coming from Canada. So everybody keep up what you're doing.
And you guys all have each other back from what I can tell too, because a lot of you come to me telling you, hey, check out this Canadian breeder. Like, and bro, I don't get that. I don't even get that with Americans, bro. Like, respect to JKR. JKR sends me some stuff every now and then. But like, it's like no other Americans want to, and I'm not trying to bash Americans, but come on, we do need to get over ourselves sometimes. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we're all on the same fucking team. And the reason why people have tiffs with each other, and this is just one of many reasons, is they're sick of other people's fucking ego. Like they don't want to be a part of it. They just want to disconnect. And that's why I've always had my ego on who I've been friends with, because I don't, before I started this podcast, Dean, I didn't give a fuck about building a relationship with you. You were you. I had Miguel who had my back. I had other people who I felt I trust who had my back, and I didn't give a fuck about nothing else. But at the end of the day, there are some beautiful people out there. There's some awesome fucking big-hearted people out there who want a lot of other people to win, and I'm seeing that now because of this podcast. So
yeah,
it's beautiful.
I seen a comment from a big breeder, and it's something I stand by now. And somebody was chirping him about a combo they made, and they're pissed that he did it before them. And all he said was, "Don't hate, replicate." And to me, that's dude. If I see Mark Mandic make something that everybody likes, I'm not mad at him. I'm going to recreate it and maybe add something else to it, tweak it a little bit, make it, exactly.
Make it better. Like, stop being a pussy. Like, make it better. Stop being like, oh, fuck. Now I got to do another project. Fuck.
Yeah.
Stop being a bitch about it. Stop fucking crying about somebody pricing something a certain way because you're working in that project. No, motherfucker. How about you make a better version and then reprice that bitch and be like, yo, look at mine. This is why, dude. Man, I respect motherfuckers' prices because they stick. I'm talking about people who have firm prices on the animals that they waited years and years to breed that have comma marks in it. Yeah, bro, shut up. Pay that price. It is what it is. And that also relates to chondros too, because motherfuckers want to shop around for chondros, bro. Get the fuck out of here. You know how hard it is to establish a chondro? And if you don't want to pay something with a comma mark in it with a chondro, then you roll them dice with an import, which I've done, and it's terrible. Look at my freezer. The freezer's not nice, but I also have some really awesome imports that happen to make it, but I'll never roll those dice again.
It's 50-50, man. Like I working in a pet store, like we're not just a reptile store. I deal with dogs, I deal with cat people, I deal with bird people, but we're reptile heavy and fish heavy. And it's one thing I've stood behind because I've seen tons of other places bring in imports, and they'll end up selling these imports to people without checking them for anything. And it's like that don't float with me. Like if you're going to bring in imports, you quarantine them for 6 months and you treat them if they have issues. You take care of the problems before you sell them to these customers. Like there's one topic I actually did want to talk a little bit about. I deal with a lot of people selling animals and then not necessarily following through like the background of the customer service part. And then these people come to me with problem feeders or sick animals, and it's heartbreaking because all they want is the freaking money. They just sell this animal. I'm not dealing with this customer after that. I work in a pet store. I'm there 5 days a week, 9:30 to 6 o'clock. These people come and see me for help. And I'm sick of people just dealing off animals and not dealing with the other side of it, the customer service, the questions, helping them out. Like
That's the old mentality, Dean. That's the old reptile keeper mentality that motherfuckers can't adapt to customer service now because they know nowadays there's people like Dean Canadian Ballz, there's people like mjexoticscartal, there's always evolving pythons who will take care of their customers. Like literally, and that's, bro, honestly, Dean, you want to know why I didn't have to, and I'm not trying to brag at all, but let's see, I sold a little over 80 snakes last year, and not one of them went on Morph Market. You want to know why? I sold most of my snakes. I sold most of my snakes. I had maybe 2 new customers last year. Most of my other shit with the previous customers from the year before.
Exactly.
Bro, it's not about the initial sale. It's about what you get 2-3 years down the road.
I've been dealing with customers for like I said, I've been in Southwest Pet for 8 years next month. I have customers that are probably even in the chats because I asked a lot of people to tune in today, but I dealt with them when I first started there. I've produced animals over the years that they have purchased, and then they come back to me excited for the next year's stuff to see what I got coming. And I'm excited for that because not only is it a customer, but I get a bond with them. I start a friendship with them, and it might only be through ball pythons and through my work, but ball pythons can live for 20-25 years, no problem. That's a potential customer for 25 years.
And you think they're only going to get that one ball python in those 25-30 years?
Exactly.
When they have children, family members, all sorts of shit. Like, come on, bro. Listen, ball python game is a player's game for a reason because you got to think like a player. You can't just be this fucking damn hillbilly motherfucker in a basement thinking, I'm just going to buy this person's collection. Yeah, I'm going to be this fucking... I'm going to be the next big thing. And then you don't even know what the hell you're making. You don't even know what you're selling. Like, there's just so many lists of things. And honestly, people do tend to shoot themselves in the foot. And it's kind of watching a train wreck from afar. You're just like, God, here it goes. Like, here it comes. You know what I mean? And that's what's going to happen. You got people who come in here arrogant, not willing to learn, not willing to think. But that's a small percentage. I could tell you right now, the reason why I'm all excited, Dean, about the new wave of people is because they're so like eager to learn. Like, they're so receptive. They're so receptive, and then they like build their own community, and then they get all pumped up. Like, bro, that's the passion right there. It's not about
I just started to kind of be more social on social media, and it's cool to just see how many people I get reaching out to me just to ask questions or chat, or even like I got the homie beside me hiding over here, Fossey.
What the fuck, Foster? Why couldn't he say hi?
I told him to keep quiet. It's my time to shine. So he like
just give him a fat dab. He'll be quiet. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I'm on dab duty.
So people like Fossey and Tristan and like I shoot the shit with them all the time and just help them with little things that a lot of people don't talk about. Like, I don't know if you've necessarily heard, but with ball pythons, some people will say that if the females go through this terrible teen stage where they go off food and this and that, but I've been doing this long enough myself that I don't typically see anything like that. So when people run into these issues, they're like, oh, dude, are they doing that thing that I've heard of? And I'm like, no, just wait it out a week. Try something out. Try different things out. Like, just work with the animal until you figure it out. If sometimes you got to use a different food item, it works. Like Tristan at Railway City had a male go off food. I said, dude, it's been a little while. Try a mouse with them. Just get some food into him. Text me in 10 minutes and was like, damn, thanks, man. He ate. So just help advice. I love giving advice. I love talking, and it's a big part of what we do. So
wouldn't you say, Dean, and coming from somebody who's learning from his experiences, right? But what do you say the biggest piece of advice that could relate to anything reptile would be? Just to chill the fuck out, like just chill, like just chill, like
just relax, observe the animals.
Animals don't need to eat every week. They don't, like, bro, like we are just I'm just saying, well, Americans in general, obviously we overfeed, period. Like we're just like, and then we trip ourselves out. Oh, fuck, we got to feed. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's like that in Canada, but we do have a lot of obesity here. So I'm just saying, like, like we just want to push things, and it's a mental thing. And and I can tell you, I'm a victim of that because I have some pretty big green tree python females that I want to slender down for next season. I'm like, all right, I want to chill out. And I'm going from feeding them 3 weeks or every 2 weeks to every 4 weeks. And it hurts. I'm like, oh man,
you feel bad.
I feel bad because they're like, what the fuck are you feeding the other people for now? But at the end of the day, they're gonna be fine. They're drinking water. They're being normal. Like we get hungry. You know what I mean? Like it's okay. So
and also when you observe the animal, if you go to check it out one day to change the water and it's trying to attack the shit out of you, maybe it's time to give it a meal. Like it's giving you signs that either it just doesn't like you, or 2, it's getting hungry. So, but yeah, that's something I deal with. I've had people, again, somebody will come and say, hey, I just bought a snake from this person, and I'm like, oh, nice. When did you get it? Like, I just picked it up. I'm here to get food for it. But he said it didn't eat for a week. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, did this guy not tell you? Bring it home. Let it settle in for a week minimum. Get it situated. Then offer it some food. Like, people think reptiles need to just be fed constantly, but they don't. It's not good for their system. Like, it can actually shorten their lifespan if you overfeed a lot of reptiles. So people just need to relax a little bit, man. Just enjoy them and feed them on a routine kind of basis, but just don't overfeed. It's not good for them long term.
And I think people don't realize that because the animal will still live. Like, it'll still live like a good 10 years, but it ain't living what it's supposed to live. It's not living. It's only living, if not half its life. You know what I mean? Like, and that's
exactly.
Imagine just dying at 30 because you're so fat. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. It's not how you want to live, for sure.
No,
so
not even a little.
So yeah, but it is something I deal with in the pet store a lot. But like I said, I want to be in the pet store as long as I can. I love Southwest Pet. It's my forefront. Sorry, give me a sec. I gotta plug my laptop in. Yeah, so Southwest Pet is my forefront. It's my stomping ground. I support that place with all of my heart. I feel like I'm going to be there for forever, and I'm there to help people and teach people and educate people. And if I do that, I'm doing my part in the reptile world. I feel like that's a big part of not only just breeding stuff. I love to breed ball pythons, but it's more about educating and helping and making people understand that these animals aren't just a object. They're very important pieces to our planet. So
I mean, you know what I think of, dude, is like I feel for Native Americans, like, you know, like the whole story of them like being here before Americans and stuff. And I'm not going to get too into this, but I'm just going to make an example. Oh my God. And now my mind already went blank. Fuck! Wait, what are we just talking about right now? Hold on. I had a good point. I swear I had a good point. Hold on. Let me let Dean rip this. Where we?
Animals, the planet, teaching, educating.
Oh, yes. Okay, here we go. Right. And the reason why I'm bringing this up because I recently followed this guy who's a Native American, and he like kind of teaches people about like the culture of Native American, you know, don't call them Indians and stuff like that, right? But it's also really sad because it's actual real history, and it's fucked up how like they got pushed out, and it's sad and all that happened. But at the end of the day, bro, us humans owe everything to animals. Animals was here before any of us. Us humans are a piece of shit. Like, we came over, fucked up their beautiful paradise. Like, bro, they were living good, bro. Dinosaurs were living good. They're just stupid, but they were living good.
Yeah.
Wait, did humans ruin dinosaurs? No, never mind.
No, we didn't, but
that was God.
Yeah. Played a factor in a lot of other things. So it's
shit. Anyway.
It's one of those things where like I like being in the pet store. I don't. There's certain animals you have to get imported or wild caught or whatever the case is, because they're not available in the captive world. Like, there's lots of animals that are. Oh, what up, Willis?
Yeah.
And the animals that are widely available captive bred, those are the animals I choose to have for sale in my store. I don't like to take from the wild anymore because the more we do, the more it plays a factor. But there are certain ones that, yes, it's the only option we have. So it does suck, but I do think a lot of the species that people want to get and want to work with should be kept in the wild. Like, I think there's a big difference between what we should keep in captivity and what we shouldn't. But that's my opinion. Everybody can do their own thing. Just do it correctly. If you're going to keep big snakes, keep them correctly. If you're going to keep monitors, keep them correctly. Like, I know a lot of, like, I look up to Brian Barczyk. I always have. Yeah, he might have not done things the best before, but look what he does now. Look what he knew what he was keeping before. He kept to his capability, and a lot of people do that. It might not be the best, but it's how it is. It's what people do.
If Brian Barczyk wasn't as big as he was, he wouldn't be as hated. I'll tell you that right now.
Exactly.
Just because he has people that were once friends with him just see him go where he's at, and they're just so pissed off. They're just like, and they want to bring him down. And, like I said, like you said, point, nobody's fucking perfect. Like, bro, if a spotlight was under me with my past, and who knows, my past might fucking come up, but I'll own it. I'll own the shit that I used to fucking sell dope and I used to rob fools like back in my early days. I don't care. Like, it's all on my rap sheet. I don't give a fuck, but that's not me. I'm not that person no more. Like, I don't.
Keyword, man, it's the past.
It's the past. And that's why I understand that. And that's why I'm like, no matter what Brian's being hated for, like, he didn't fucking murder nobody. Like, he's learning from his mistakes. But like I said, regardless what you try to explain to people, they don't care. They're toxic. They don't give a fuck. Like, they're one-sided. And what I wanted to capitalize is, like, if you're gonna do your own thing, right? Like, you're coming into animals and you're doing your own thing. Respect. You're doing your own thing. You better be open-minded for fucking criticism or room for improvement, because you're not perfect. Like,
exactly.
When people try to shut out other people's, like, for one thing, I can't stand, Dean, and I don't know if I'm all over the place, but I can't stand somebody who comes for you for help multiple times and still chooses to do something else. And you go, oh my God, you know what I mean?
I've dealt with that too. I try and teach somebody that, like, this guy comes into the store and he's like, I got this, and this. And I'm like, oh, cool. How's everything going? Blah, blah, blah. And he explains to me and he goes, but I can't get them to eat. And I go, well, what are you keeping your temperatures at? And he goes, oh, they're good, man. They're good. And I'm like, what's good? Oh, like 85. And I'm like, you don't know what you're doing. You got, like, I don't say that to him, obviously, but right there, it's like, okay, back to square one. Let's start teaching you and educating you on how to keep these animals. Don't even try and breed them. Don't even do anything like that. Let's get you back on track to knowing how to keep them. It's frustrating, but it is what it is. And people are going to do what they do. They're going to criticize me and think I don't think that. A lot of people will say, hey, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about, but they come back to me in 2-3 weeks being, okay, what you said worked. It helped me. Now what do I do? So I don't try and toot my own horn, but that's how I know I've done well in this, because I have long-term customers. I have people that definitely, like today, I'm seeing a lot of support. So I feel like I've been doing well with how I've been going about the reptile world and the ball python community, for sure.
100%. Because I could tell you right now, bro, like, damn, I was going to say I found you on my own, but somebody did refer you to me, and it was somebody in the Patreon. God damn it. But when I said I was going to have you on the show, a lot of people were excited. Like, I'm talking about more than 10 people were like, I can't wait for this. And
that's awesome.
Not to be a dick, I wasn't expecting that. I thought, like, I was like, all right, this is a hidden gem. Like, I don't think this motherfucker, he needs more exposure. But I was getting more like feedback of excitement from other fools that I was having on. So I was like, oh,
that's awesome.
I was like, damn, this fool has fucking, he has people fucking with him. So
that's awesome to hear, because I have, like I said, I've always just let my animals speak for themselves. I've never really, I find quality sells itself. If you thrive to produce quality animals and help people, like stand there and buy your animals and help people, you're going to do well. And that's kind of how I've been going about it. And if you go back on my Instagram, it's funny, I do it all the time, and I look at where I started, and like even just the quality of my pictures, the animals I had, the assortment of freaking genes I had, I was like, wow, I was all over the map. But as you go up my feed, you start to learn that I'm learning more and focusing more on what I want to do and where I want to go. And now if you look at my collection, you can really tell that I've pinpointed kind of my roots, and I'm a huge Orange Dream guy, and I'm a huge highway and gravel guy. So it's going to go, things will be interesting in the next couple of years for Canada and that stuff.
Well, let's get into the fucking snakes, man. Let's talk about some of the well, first off, what year is this as far as you breeding ball python on a select level, like your select breeding? How many years is this now? Like, what this is or what?
This will be my 9th year of breeding ball pythons. I started a year before I started at the store.
Respect. 9th year. Okay,
my first clutch that I ever did was a Super Pastel times Bumblebee. I was going for killer bees, and back then they were hot because there wasn't much, like, well, maybe I think they were hot, but I wasn't on the social media platforms a lot. So in my community, in the store I worked at, that was going to be something new for people to see. So that was my first clutch. And once I did that, I kind of was like, okay, I figured this out. The king snakes were cool. The king snakes were fucking crazy, actually. When I paired them together, my male bit the female in the back of the head, and I tripped right out, thought my male was going to eat the female, but then I found out that that's what they do during breeding. So with the ball pythons, it was like, wow, this is this is a little different, but it was fun, and the babies I produced were sweet. So I just started to slowly do a few more clutches each year, and I've done well with my sales every year through my pet store. That's been, like I said, my biggest platform, and my Instagram, and just noticing how I've been selling out over the first few years. So I just started to grow bigger and try and produce better stuff, and it's been building. Like this year, I'm hoping for about 20 clutches. That will be my biggest year. Last year, my biggest year so far is 12. So I'm going for 20 this year.
Fuck yeah, Dean. Hell yeah. That's sick.
We'll see what happens.
I don't want to stop this, but I want to, because I saw earlier there was only like 30 something likes. I don't fuck around. Jay, how many likes we got? 50 likes?
Yeah.
I'm not liking it. We need at least 11 more likes. No, I don't care. There was 61. I need 11 more likes. Find someone else to come watch. But if I don't have 60 likes by an hour, this shit's over. No, I don't care. There was 61. I need 11 more likes. Find someone else to come. Yeah. But anyways, 60 likes. Let's see. 12 minutes, 60 likes. Or I'm taking this shit to Patreon straight up. Canadians are allowed. Anyways, all right. Keep going.
Yeah. So yeah, I just I started to build up the amount of stuff I wanted to do. So, and shout out to Billy again. He gave me the opportunity to buy a few ARS racks from him. So I stepped up from my sales. I put that into the housing, because a lot of the time when I talk to people, their success rate with just having better housing was crazy. So I bought that, and the first year I think I did 10 clutches, just from obviously having some more space and better setup, and then from there it's just I've done 10, 11, 12 clutches is the most, but I've just focused on what I like. I know if I do what I like and it is good quality stuff, it's going to sell, and it's done well. So I focus a lot on Orange Dream. Like I said, I've done some super OD combos. The one that I really am excited and happy about is Will owns one, which was a cool opportunity for me because I got to get into the puzzle game. So Will has a super OD fire from me, and just seeing that as an adult, it's fucking banging. Like, it's crazy looking. But I did get my OD stuff from Mark and another guy, Phil Robinson and Chris Towers here in Canada, and they have very good lines of it. I think Mark has his from Aussie. I do know that. So so I am working with a really good line of OD, and I'm just trying to focus on. My buddies call me OD Dean or Orange Dream Dean, so I'm just trying to go hard on that. And
or Daberdeen, I saw.
yeah, Daberdeen is more the one behind closed doors, but it's yeah. I just like I said, I love to focus on the things I like, and if I focus hard enough on them, they're gonna do some crazy things. And the new stuff I got coming in from Justin is just gonna be some next level stuff. The male I have coming is an OD Yellow Belly Batman. So I'm going to use him to plug into obviously some more Batman combos and some of my highway stuff. So he's going to do some good work for me, I think. And then I got some other things coming too that will amp up some of my highway projects. But it's the ball python thing is definitely my strong suit. I thrive on just the different combos we can make. It's endless. Like there's so many things out there that we could all think of certain projects that we want to do, and we might not even make them one day. So it's like gambling. You might win big, you might never win. So
Yeah,
but and I know you're a fan of GHI, big fan.
Yeah,
that's what you work with a lot, eh?
Yeah, that's my I would say that's definitely one of my first addicted morph I came across, and I knew like that's when I was like, all right, I have an idea for this, right? And even though I felt like somebody else could have been working on it, I didn't give a shit. I wanted to put GHI with GHI, and then other like a hypo, and then like that was it, and then I figured out what a GHI leopard looked like. So anything dark with GHI, and I haven't even broke the fucking. I haven't even like I only have a couple other dark shit with my GHI. I haven't gone blackhead. I haven't done anything else yet. But at the end of the day, like I'm kind of content with what I have. And like, bro, I'm just, I love with what I'm like you. I love with what I love, and I don't make it difficult. I at some point, Dean, before I got into content, I was like, doing research on other morphs and stuff like that, and I felt like that was sucking out so much of my energy because nothing was hitting me the same way GHI hit me, and these first 5 that I really loved. Everything else was like, well, that's cool, but fuck, like like what 5Gs, like really, like oh my god. And it's like. Yeah,
it's like OD for me. Foster will be like, "Yo, man, did you see the snake?" I was like, "Did it have OD?" But he's like, "No, it was this, and this." But like I did actually a sweet pairing a few years ago that would be up your alley. I did the dark and the light. I did an OD Enchi Orange Dream Enchi Fire to a GHI, and there's some pictures on my Instagram of it. But they're the babies that came from that. The dark gene mixed with those light stuff was incredible. Like there was some pretty sweet stuff that came from that clutch. So this year I did a super Orange Dream Enchi Fire to a black pastel GHI. So I'm going to see what a couple dark genes will do with mixing up all that other stuff in there. So, but yeah, it's GHI. I still feel like it's a gene that should be in everybody's collection. Like I'm big into the light stuff, but GHI is a great gene to have. Does some incredible stuff. So and then mix it with clown, and it's a whole new game.
Now it's funny you said that because I've seen GHI with clown and haven't been a fan, but I've also seen GHI and clown with other shit, and I've been a huge fan. So, but that also like right, Dean, because when you see somebody working with something, they're not always working with it with the right other combo. So that's why like. You should never stop yourself from pursuing a project because, you see a handful of people working with it already. Just literally tweak it your own way, right? And I feel like the GHI clown is definitely one of those things to where if you hit it right, like, I mean, like, tell me, what's your favorite GHI clown out there that you've seen? Unless you have one, but go and tell me.
No, I actually don't have any yet. I have a female that's growing up that's going to be a banging female.
Dude, there you go, Dean, because me neither. Me neither. But
Yeah.
I want to prove that wrong to myself. You
Yeah.
see? So
I got a black pastel GHI Fire, 100% het clown girl growing up. I'll probably put the OD Yellow Belly Batman to her at some point when she's ready, just because that would be
OD Yellow Belly Batman. Where the fuck is this on your page? Hold on. I got
it. Nobody, it's not there yet. That's what I have coming from Justin.
OD Yellow Belly Batman. Holy
So Orange Dream, Yellow Belly, Spot Nose Leopard Clown. This is kind of like where my platform is to kind of release to everybody that something new's coming. That's what's coming. So he's gonna do some work for me, and something like that. That's just like crazy combos that can come from that. So I don't even know what half that stuff would look like. So we'll see. The future will tell. But I know you're a chondro guy. I do have a couple chondros myself.
I got really excited.
Yeah.
I got really excited when I was on your page right now and I spotted a couple chondro pics. I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah, I know a lot of people might hate on me. I do keep it in a skyscraper from Zoom Ed. It's a glass enclosure. It does completely, it thrives for me. The thing is, if I was to try and pet it right now, it's gonna bite me. Khalil, that would be that's a banging animal for sure. GHI Cypress Fire Clown, that would be nuts. But yeah, I have two. Yeah, Khalil's awesome. I have two chondros. The one is a pure Biak, and the other behind me here is it came from an Aru Jade line crossed with a Bayak. So I'm not 100% what it is, but it is my chondro, and I love it. I only have two. I don't plan on breeding them. I just keep them because they're beautiful. I'm a huge fan of emerald tree boas as well, but I purchased one from somebody that was supposed to be captive bred, and I assist fed that thing for a year straight, and then it just died on me one day. So that was a little frustrating, but it is what it is. That was when I was dealing with people I didn't know. So I got these two from people I know really well. The Bayak I got was from a guy named Jeff Hoschel. He's North Lane Herpetology. He breeds some chondros, local to London, Ontario. He's a great guy and has some crazy stuff. So if you want to check out some crazy chondros, he's definitely got some crazy stuff like that. But yeah, so and that was where I learned too. Captive bred goes a long way.
Can I? I'm gonna have to counter with your shout out because I want to share. Because they always say, treat your best friend like family. My best friend is like family to me, and he's my mentor. And if you really want to just elevate that love for arboreals just a little bit more, you need to go follow this page. My boy Socrates, Ario Max Arboreals. I'm telling you right now, I'm sorry.
Oh wow, look at that.
Eli Max Arboreals. This guy has in my opinion, this is my opinion, top 2 arboreal collection in the world. Go fucking follow this guy. All you ball python people who are like curious, like, man, who's out there producing some cool stuff? Because this stuff is really hard to do. You need to go follow my man, Socrates. This guy is literally people are starting to figure out who he is now, but he is going to be the biggest, well-known arboreal breeder out of the United States.
He's got some crazy stuff.
It's
like
nuts.
That's nuts. But
so
geek
out over that whenever you have any of you guys go geek out right here.
I just checked that out. That's insane.
Yeah. But let's check out one of your neonates real quick, okay? Because is this one of your BX right here?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. How has it been establishing for you? Because a lot of people just are either pretty lucky at it. Not that you need luck, but they go off pretty good at it. They sometimes it's rough for them, or sometimes they just die. So how's it been for you?
It's been good. I obviously don't assume I'm a green tree python crazy perfect person, but I ask advice when I need it, and the people that are successful around me, I've gotten advice from them, but I haven't came into any issues. Maybe the odd bad shed, but they both thrive like crazy. This one that's up now is actually just going through its color transition, so it's got lots of green coming through. But no, they've done well for me. Again, I had to figure out the best situation for me and how to keep them. And once I did, they thrive. They eat. I usually feed them about every 10 days.
Cool.
And they do great for me.
Are you looking to breed at some point, or you just want to keep them as pets?
Well, with where I work, I would love to be able to breed and have captive bred stuff available. Me and my boss, Andrew, we do work together a lot with kind of where our future is going, and we might do a facility or something one day, which if we do, having those around would be good. I have an African sulcata as well. She resides in my snake room right now. She's only about that big. Her name's Flash. She would be another part of either she's my educational animal, but she would be a big part of our facility. I wouldn't breed sulcatas because here in Canada, I don't recommend everybody to have them. There's a few people that keep them and they do well with them, but other than that, they're not recommended. And then I have a high white red Argentine tegu as well. So just kind of stuff I would maybe down the road kind of look into expanding a bit. But other than that, just kind of keeping them as my pets right now.
Yeah, I hear you, man. And honestly, oh shit, sorry. All you got to do is just keep up with your shit, and you'll have a good time keeping animals. But a lot of people just tend to overload their plate. They get all inside their head about wanting to, get the next best thing. And it's funny because me and Jay were talking about this earlier, how it seems like a lot of people just overlook the enclosure part of things, and they just want to fucking get things and put them in a temporary situation and not fucking, think about the bigger picture. And I'm one of them. Like, listen, at the end of the day, yeah, I got Home Depot racks. They work, but I mean, I don't know. Like I said, what I did was cost efficient, and I knew that, so I could keep buying the shit I wanted to buy. And I don't think I would have done it in any other way. But at the end of the day, if I was keeping them in something that wasn't suitable for the animal, then that doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? So that's why I feel like, it's literally to each their own. You come in your own way, but like I said, it's all about the animal. You got to make sure what's right for the animal first before, your own obsessions or whatever that you want. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely. And I've also, I pay attention to you quite a bit, and I've seen you've learned over the time that you've been dealing with people, and I'm pretty sure you got rid of a few big snakes recently because you just started to understand they're a lot of work. And I've held a few big retics. Well, I shouldn't say I held a few big retics. The retics held me. They were, I forget, they were maybe 17, 18 feet, but still that thing, when it moved, I had to move with it. So not recommended to keep those, but I think you realize, that's a lot of work. They're big animals. Let's kind of cut back a little bit. But even building that enclosure you did outside, you're learning and you're getting advice from people, and that's what this shit comes down to. Just keep advancing your knowledge, keep advancing and moving forward with the knowledge that you can get, and get it from the right people.
Yeah, man. And like I said, I give it to people like Brian Barczyk, the ones who are going extra far and beyond to give their animals the most ideal situation that they would be in the wild. Because these retics that are being produced will never be in the wild, but that doesn't take their instinct out of them. They're still a retic, right?
Exactly.
So and this is because I just didn't know better. When I first got retics, I'm like, well, what do they need? And the guy told me, 4x2, 6x2, 8x2. And I'm like, all right, that's simple enough.
Yeah.
But then they're not ball pythons. They don't like to just sit.
Exactly.
They like to move around. They like to be chill, but they like to chill.
They move.
Thoughts. Yeah. So when I realized how fucked up it was to keep, and this is just my opinion, how fucked up it was to keep a big ass snake who likes to move around, especially crawl a 20-foot tree, fucking 4x2, 6x2, or whatever. I was just like, dude, my heart broke, because I will tell you what, I already told myself I'm not breeding retics. And this is before the whole 4x2 thing. I just realized how many eggs they do. I realized how many people don't want mainlands, and I know that. Okay. Even dwarfs. And I just didn't want to deal with it because, like, yeah, I'm cool with dealing with the dead snake. I know death is going to come, but when you're dealing with that many fucking retics, a lot of death is going to come. And I'm trying to limit that. You know, if I could avoid seeing death, I'm going to avoid seeing death. And honestly, I just cut my ties with the breeding projects with the retics. I do have a super dwarf, which I always have on the back burner because it's a super dwarf and it's A exotics, fucking top quality. So, you know, I'm gonna hold on to that. But like I said, yeah, I found homes for the rest of them. I'll tell you guys now, OJ, my fucking fire ass Mochino, and my normal are going to Brian Barchek's. He's gonna put them in his displays.
Cool.
He wants them, and because how nice they are. I raised them up since fucking little noodles. So you know they're fucking awesome snakes, and he wants to have more docile snakes to display and do educational stuff.
Educational for sure.
That's a dream. Why wouldn't I want to hand those off to him? You know what I mean? And I could go see him whenever I want and shit. So
for sure.
But honestly, like, it was a no-brainer for me because, yeah, I do have an attachment to these snakes, but it's not about me. I want them to fucking enjoy the rest of their life, not sit in a dark corner waiting to get fed.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And
I did want to breed boas for a while. I did breed boas once. Me and my buddy Cody that works at Southwest, he bought an Anery IMG head albino, I think it was. And we bred it to one of my boas and produced some IMG albinos and a few other it was a nice litter. And so I got the experience of breeding boas. And the female I had was maybe 8 feet, but holy shit, she was mean. I had a little bit more experience at the time, so I kind of knew it was coming. But Cody, when he realized, like, okay, this girl sounds like an air compressor, she's hissing at us. What the fuck do we do? I was like, grab the garbage can lid, man. You got to use that as a shield, and I'll start pulling babies. So that was an interesting experience. But I only keep about 65 to 70 ball pythons. I have maybe a 10 by 10 spare bedroom that I use. So I don't have a huge collection, but boas took up a lot more space, so I cut back and got rid of all my boas and just have a ball python room now, which is a lot more manageable. Even though I know boas aren't that big, it's just they took up more space, so I had to organize the situation so I could be more impactful with the ball pythons. So, but boas were pretty cool though. King snakes were cool for my first experience.
yeah.
I've kept many different things. Amazon tree boa I had for a while. Some different frogs. Like, I've kept a wide variety of stuff, but I've worked with a lot of different things at the store too. So it's fun. Like, it's better for me because I don't have to necessarily buy everything that I like at the store. I can just say, hey, let's bring this in, and I'll set it up and hang out with it for a couple weeks until it sells, kind of thing. So it's worked well, but yeah, there's, like you said, retics. It's good that you can give those to somebody that can use them for educational, because we need to teach people all the time. I always say that.
And I will tell you this, there's no way in hell, like, when I say I was able to find people, it wasn't out of desperate, disparity. Like, I wasn't desperate. I wasn't like, oh, I found the first person on Craigslist. No, I just had motherfuckers who are doing retics, doing it right, and they're willing to they're ready to rock and roll. Like, they're all going to really good homes. And if they weren't going to good homes, I would fucking figure it out. They would stay with me. Because as much as I don't like their enclosures, I still take them out. I still fuck with my snake like a lot. Like, I take them out once a week.
I watch your stories all the time, dude. Your stories are the best because
I appreciate that.
You do what I do. I like marijuana is legal here where we live, and I was a big athlete growing up. I played lots of sports. I was a hockey guy. I was a scrapper in hockey. I went hard, and I did some damage on my body, missing some teeth still. From a stick. So yeah, I was a pretty
hockey guys are just different, bro. My boy Josh plays hockey, and he's like he's so quiet, humblest dude too. Like, he's just super like chill, but you could tell this motherfucker could take a beating because he's just a hockey player. there. He's like,
Yeah.
people are just rough, bro.
Yeah, we bleed a different blood, that's for sure, but we
Yeah.
bleed a lot of it. So yeah, it was hard on my body, and I that's what I do. I smoke marijuana. I do my dabs, and I work with the animals. That's what I thrive to do. When I'm at work, it's full on customer service, and I get to teach and do all that stuff. But when I'm at home, I get to relax, do my thing, enjoy the animals. I look at, like I said, I only have 65 snakes. I feel like I look at the same snake every day and think it's different. Like, holy shit, you did something different today. Wow. It's the same snake I looked at yesterday.
Exactly.
So what it comes down to is just loving the animals. That's what it, like, my pit bull sitting beside me sleeping right now. Like, I have 2 dogs.
Heart.
I'm a big animal guy. That's what I am.
Yeah, man. And you know what? This hobby really pays off for the animal lovers. Like, that's the thing. Like, the ones who are really in this for the animals are having the best time ever. The ones who are in here trying to make a fucking real living out of it, which, like, I'm just saying, being animal lovers should come first before making a living out of it. Because if you don't love this shit, and you're just Mr. I'm gonna start a restaurant and fucking or try to start a business, like, and you're not even a business person or business mindset, dude, good luck. Like, I'm just saying, like, you better be doing this because you straight up love animals, like, straight up. Because I've heard, and obviously I'm not gonna say any names, but I've heard some fucked up stories about people who've been in this industry for a long time, have big names, and they have so many fucked up things said about them because they're just silent. They're silent fucking partners. They never even go see the animals. They just have a bunch of employees and they're Mr. fucking collect the checks. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like, dude, like, fuck that. Like, you know what I mean? And
I'll never be like that.
That's trash. You know, Brandon Osborne, a shout out to the homie Brandon, but he was on here and he said he was mentored from somebody who was like, somebody he just never liked, never respected him, because he just kind of saw that, like, it wasn't his heart wasn't where it should have been at. You know what I mean? And you know, good for Brandon for realizing that, because usually mentors like that push people out. Like, they get people to say, fuck this shit. Which, you know, damn, that's another thing is, like, dude, not too many people are getting pushed out of this anymore because everything's getting exposed. If you're not taking care of your customers, you're fucking getting exposed. And you know what? Good for you. Good,
That's
bro.
how it's got to be. We don't got to be silent about this shit.
There's Yelp to talk shit about a horrible experience at a fucking restaurant. Why can't somebody go ahead and share their experience from a big breeder, small breeder, medium breeder who fucked them over? You don't fuck somebody over when you love something. Like, I don't care who you are. And you know, on all levels, small breeder to the big top 5, and I'm not going to say who the top 5, but the big ones, just treating people like shit, and they're over it. People are saying, you know what? Fuck this shit. And you know what? The new wave is only going to push those people out at some point. You could be producing the sickest shit, but if you're not being a good person,
people won't deal with you.
After a while.
It'll take time, but that's, like, treat what we do just like if you're buying a car from somebody or whatever it is. Like, if you come off as a dick or don't want to help or whatever it is, you're not going to last long. Like,
because guess what?
You see it in a lot of things.
There's other people out there who are producing, maybe not as sick shit as you, but they're getting there. Okay. And they're building a community. They're taking care of their people, and they're fucking, like I said, they're coming up. There's just people coming up, bro. I'm telling you now.
Takes time and patience. That's one thing I've learned is time and patience, and we'll get there.
Yep. You know, just keep your circle right, man. Like, you know, hey, that's another thing too, Dean. Like, you know, I was a different mindset because I did run across some people who kind of misled me, and then I knew the people who really wanted me to succeed, and I put my blinders on. I said, I don't want no friendships from anyone else. Go fuck yourself, you know, because I just don't, like, you know, I'm a passionate dude, as you could tell. I'm a passionate dude. So when somebody wants to damper that or set me back, I take it real personal. So that's why I always had this personal attitude. Who, if anyone wants to damper what I'm trying to do, and I'm putting this shit 110%, while the person who's talking shit ain't even putting in work. They're just talking shit, you know. But listen, at the end of the day, man, I love the community, man. I love everything that we got going on. I love what you got going on. It's all it's all good things. Which, you know, I still want to talk about what you got going on, man, because like I said, we both love GHI. You happen to have one that fucking ovulated recently. Is that right?
Yeah.
What's going on here? And I'm gonna take a piss, but I could hear everything you're saying. So go ahead and I want to talk about what's going on with this project while I'm taking a piss.
Sounds good, man. So that female is just a regular GHI. This is her 3rd year breeding now. That was her on ovulation. She was bred to an Enchi Desert Ghost. So we'll be making some hopefully Enchi GHI had DGs, some females to hold back. That's one thing I kind of screwed up on the last few years is I didn't hold back enough things, but I also kind of converted a lot of my stuff from what I wasn't keeping that was het clown to visual or het clown stuff. So my clown game is kind of building. That's what I want to work towards more, and the Desert Ghost stuff. So this year it's going to be a lot of holdbacks. So hopefully I got some Enchi DG or Enchi GHI het Desert Ghost females to hold back, and then I also have him paired to a few other girls as well. But that's what she's doing. She's got a nice big ovulation there.
Why the fuck does she look like a hypo? This does not look like a regular GHI to me, like at all.
Once you do you have a lot of GHI females?
I
that are breeding size.
I do. I have but they're not. No, I don't have any normal GHIs. They're all combo.
Combos, but
I only have GHI hypos.
The hypos might be harder to tell.
I'm
not sure. The hypo stuff might be harder to tell. I'm not sure, but anything else that is just like GHI or my black pastel GHI, you know that thing they say, the glow before they go?
So that's a glow. That's what that is. Got it. Right?
She's like glowing there. The glow with GHI stuff, I think personally, it's crazy. They change so much. So she looks like almost a hypo, but that's just her glowing. She glue like that for freaking 3 weeks almost.
Damn, man. I'm waiting. One of my biggest, and when I say biggest, like the most excited, like, you know, not financially, but I just want to see it again. Clutch is the GHI leopard to the GHI Mojave hypo.
Yeah.
Because I did that in 2019 and everything came out so dark. Like I hit like 4 supers. Like it was, but the fuck. And then I didn't hit it last year. She didn't produce, like nothing happened. Yeah. So then this year, you know, she's been eating, right? But then she went off food again. So now she hasn't been eating for a month, and I've been looking for that glow. And I mean, I'm just, you know, I mean, it could be on its way. Who knows?
Yeah. So like I said, it's patience. You just gotta monitor the animal, and that's how I learned a lot. Like I don't have an ultrasound. I had one person, Chris Towers. He's a great homie. Chris Towers, Reptiles. He mentored me a lot to learn a lot of those little things like palpating and stuff like that. So it took me at least a good 4 or 5 years till I actually got the hang of it. So you'll get it. You'll just gotta, like I said, keep monitoring the animal and see what they're doing, and you'll start picking things up and being able to tell kind of where they're at. But it definitely took me time. But now that I have like people like Will and different guys that I talk to, they can just teach you shit all the time. So you'll keep learning. It just
takes time.
Yeah.
And what helped me, because I like a couple things I did this year. Well, last year that I figured out and I was super happy was how to probe a snake. So I figured out how to probe. Shout out to my wife. My wife definitely helped me out. And I was super stoked because, like, you know, I figured out so many snakes that were not the sex that I thought. Like, yeah. And I'm not talking about ball pythons. I was always good at popping, but I'm talking about like my Timor, my white lips, all those, right? So I ended up fucking figuring all those out. God, there goes my fucking mind again. What were we just talking about right now?
Sexing, yeah.
But probing, what was before that?
You just learned how to probe and stuff like that.
Yeah, but there was something before that. God damn it.
I was listening too much to what you were saying. I forgot.
What was I saying before that? See, Jay don't even remember either.
Were you listening?
I'm so I remember. Sponsor!
Okay. You don't know either.
Hold on. I know we were talking about sexing, right? Popping.
You-
I'm about
yeah.
popping. Oh, okay. I figured out. Woo! Okay, no. So 2 things I was excited about learning recently, right?
Yeah.
Was the probing check, right? And
Yeah.
then the second thing was palpating. So
Palpating.
palpating, right? Because I was like, I don't get it. Like at first I was like, this is fucking like, I don't understand. But now this year I have a lot more females going, and
That you can do it too.
and they're in different stages too. Like, so you could
Yeah.
feel like a small one, but you want to know what really just got me like to in tune to feeling it was everything was quiet in the room, and I went Mr. Miyagi, bro. I would just close my eyes. Like I just
and just
fucking,
feel.
remember that scene in Ninja Turtles when Leo's trying to find Ralph and he's like, and I was just like, oh
Yeah.
I could feel
That was you.
and I was like, yeah, I was like, dude,
Yeah.
I started doing that to all these females, and then that made me realize how far like I'm along in my breathing season.
Yeah, for sure.
You know how much more exciting that is? No offense than ultrasounding. I figured it out. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just fun. And I'm still gonna get an ultrasound. I could talk shit all day about an ultrasound.
I am too.
I'm gonna get one. I don't.
I am too.
And I'm gonna use one on a ball python. I'm just saying. But to figure this, I mean, you should at least learn how to palpate before you get an ultrasound.
Yes, that's the key.
Because it's fun. It's fun. You know, it is fun, and it's
Yeah.
rewarding. It really is.
For sure.
Now let's talk about your most anticipated clutch of 2021. Even if it's a long shot, I want to know what it is that you're trying to hit this year.
Well, if I have one of my males prove out, I could hit a super OD Enchi Calico Highway.
Whoa,
That would be interesting.
Whoa, what would you think that would come like in your mind? What do you think that's going to look like? Like, you think it's going to have a lot of orange, or you think it's going to be a lot of white?
Honestly, I don't even care what it's going to look like because it's going to be super OD.
Yeah,
so it's going to be banging. It's going to have a crazy color palette. I don't know if the actual highway aspect will show up as much as I think, but it might. I'm not sure. But the super OD highway aspect alone is what I look for. But that's just if that male proves out. I also have him paired to a lemon blast yellow belly, so I can make some OD lemon blast highways.
Right.
So OD pastel pinstripe highway. But then I also have a chance at some super gravels this year, which would be intense. Some more clown combos. Like, this year is just going to be a solid holdback year. So I'm doing all the stuff that I need to keep my ingredients going. So I just need some females in them and hold them back and grow them up. And the male that I have coming and the males that I have over the next year or two will definitely be the impactful part, because the females I have will be sitting on the shelf ready to go.
I don't want to say I have, like, you know, mental powers where I could read what people would say if I wasn't around them, but I could guarantee I could tell you what Will Morris just said when you said that this year is going to be a holdback year. What do you think he said?
Good job.
Every year.
Yeah.
Every year's a holdback year.
That's what I'm learning from Will. It's like,
yeah,
I wish I would have kept more of these building blocks. But again, I've worked in a retail store, so I've always wanted to make sure I had availability.
No, it's true. You're 100%.
Right. But what I did a year and a half ago is I converted anything I had that I had growing up that wasn't het clown or visual clown into het clown or visual. So the stuff that I have growing up is all visual or het clown and het puzzle right now, actually, from Will. So that's where, and then I have a bunch of clown stuff now that's going. So it's just, I wish I would have held back more stuff, but you live and you learn.
So you got puzzle shit.
I'm very untapped in puzzle. Okay. I have a pastel het puzzle, and then I have a fire het puzzle from Will, and then I have a pastel vanilla 66% het puzzle female as well. But a couple people that are around, like Tristan from Railway City, and then Will obviously himself. Like, Will's got some crazy shit. I can't even wrap my head around it sometimes. He's got He's got some crazy shit.
I don't know what it's gonna take, Will, for me to get a snake from you. I mean,
a lot of money.
But it sucks. not that it sucks for him, but it sucks because there's already people like prepaying him. Like, here's 10 G's. Let me know what you got. You know what I mean? Like, how can you fucking compete with that? Like,
yeah, it's
goals, bro. Like, honestly, I pray for that, Will, someday. I pray for that. That is fucking hard work. Not only that, but it's fucking goddamn dedication, consistency, and the proof is in the dab. I'm telling you right now, bro. This motherfucker just lives by what he stands for, and that's it.
He's a straight up guy, and Will could literally hide himself, and his collection would speak more words than half of the people that are doing this. So that's what it comes down to. Will's an OG.
Heavy OG. And what's crazy is like even the heaviest of the heaviest OGs want snakes from Will. That's how you know.
Because they know better.
Well, because because they know if they could get something from Will and he's not willing to give it to most other people, then there you go. Like, you know, so I mean, you should. That's what I'm saying. I do give props to people like the bigger breeders who are still fucking with anyone who's selling something. And Justin does that. Miguel does that. Like, you know what I mean? They'll be buying snakes from somebody who only has like 200 followers, and that's sick because like that just shows you like it's not about your following. Like, bro, it's not about your following, bro, because that could change like that. You know what I mean? It's about the work that you're doing. You know what I mean? And all it takes is the right person to notice it. And then next thing you know, like you're that motherfucker selling snakes to JKR, like you're that motherfucker selling snakes to Miguel, like, and then Miguel, like, you're gonna get a bunch of their.
It's one of those things where, like, for me personally, that's like a something I look forward to. If I could ever produce something that those guys want to buy, that's like an achievement. That's like a check off my bucket list. Like, it's not that I'm trying to suck up to them by any means. It's that they notice something that is great and they want to get into it. So it's like sick. I worked hard enough to my mindset and what I visioned panned out to be what I thought, and these guys are into it. That's what it comes down to. So if you can get them, if they're going to support the community, the good guys like that are always going to support the community, because all of us lower end guys aren't just up there on a pedestal with a huge collection and all this stuff. So it's good that they do that kind of stuff. Like, it is what it is when it comes to whoever. The animals speak for themselves straight. Like, that's what it comes down to. Doesn't matter what we look like. Doesn't matter what music we listen to. It doesn't. None of that comes down to it.
Whoa! I don't want to listen to no fucking Drake during your goddamn.
Yeah, no, I'm just an Eminem guy.
I know. I love all music. Honestly, like, I just don't understand how you cannot listen to music while fucking with your snakes. Like,
yeah, that's true,
bro. Yeah. Like, I feel like, okay, shout out to Austin, King Austin. He was like, dude, I talk to my snakes, and I feel like that works. And it's a mental thing, bro. All that does is keep you mentally positive, right? And I don't know,
some excitement to the table.
I'll tell you that right now. Khalil, I understand you listen to Drake, but listen, you are a member of the Men's Best Hair Club in the United States and Canada. Me and you are part of it, so you can listen to Drake. I'm sorry. But yeah, no Machine Gun Kelly. But dude, honestly, man, I gotta say, this has been an amazing hour and a half, bro. I appreciate this fucking session. Clearly, we're gonna need a round 2 with you and Foster. I already found who my round 2 guy is gonna be with Foster, so that's in the bag. So,
I'll take him out.
I want to say though, my wrap up question for you though, man. You know, you being this seasoned into keeping animals and knowing animals in general, where do you really see this stuff going in the future? Like, and you know, with the new wave of people coming and all that, and even the USARK laws, where do you in your heart feel like this is going in the future?
I think it's just going to keep building. Like, everything, we just need to do what we need to do for people to respect the animals and respect us as animal keepers. So we have to just keep trying to build this up, whether it's the ball python world, chameleon keeping, tagus, like bearded dragons, whatever it is, guys. We just gotta keep doing it correctly and push forward so we're respected all across the line. And I think the reptile world and community is just going to keep building, and it's going to be positive. So just everybody keep working hard at it. I do in my small percentage where I live, and if everybody can just do it in their area, Canada or the US, let's just keep doing it as a community. Learn from each other, bounce off each other, do the right thing.
Grow off each other.
Yeah.
That's it. Brian Barczyk, quote of 2020, somebody else's win is not your loss.
Exactly.
That's it. Don't be fucking hating because someone else got their, their clutch of the year or whatever. Who cares? Fucking let's go. Let's go. You know what I mean?
Because know when you do one, they're going to be right there behind you, clapping their hands. So just
exactly. Yeah, that's all it is, bro. Because like
show the support.
Exactly, bro. It just feels good. It just feels good. It's like being that guy on the bench when your homie just hit a home run and you're just fucking like this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, dude, get up.
In the nuts, get up.
We used to fuck those people up on my team. Like, you better get the fuck up. Like, stop bitch. Like, we used to call them out. And a lot of these people are just like,
they're not like I'm a huge hockey guy. I was a captain and I'm a team player. Like this reptile community is a huge team. Like we don't have we might say we have a captain and we look up to them like Will or Justin, but we're a big team. Let's just work together and do the right thing.
Do the right thing. All right. Well, make sure you hold that ripping because it's time for the hot seat questions. And I'm going to come hot. I hope you're ready for these, Dean. Hot seat questions for the homie Dean. Is it Mass? Is your last name Mass? I want to make sure I say it right. Mass?
It's actually Dean Moss, but everybody says Masse.
Masse's sick too, but I like Moss.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Hot seat questions for my man Dean. I don't need an explanation. Just spit them out. Here we go. Frozen thought or live?
Live.
A cut or no cut?
Cut.
Big flexor or no flexor?
Half flexor.
What does that mean?
Just show my animals, do my thing.
Dean, that's not how this works. Are you a big flexor?
Big flexor.
Thank you. Okay, that's all I want. Woo! Steak or fish?
Steak.
All right. French fries with gravy? French fries with gravy or poutine fries?
Poutine.
I just like that. Poutine.
Fuck yeah.
All right. Van Halen or Sammy Hagar?
Van Halen.
Wu-Tang or Gangstar?
Wu-Tang.
Hard. Little word association. First thing to come to mind. Milk.
Cereal.
Cocoa.
Husk.
Duck shed.
Soak.
Day 52.
Almost egg time or almost hatch time.
Instagram trolls.
Get out of here.
One has to go, and I mean forever. And I mean forever, forever, forever. Khalil or Will?
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, I got him! He doesn't know what to do! He doesn't know what to do! I'm just kidding. Facebook, no, you can't do that. I'm sorry. We can't. I can't live with either one. I
was just gonna say I'll get it out myself.
Yeah, I can't. I'm sorry. I just wanted to get you. Okay. No, the real one, you can't. Okay, one has to go, and I mean forever. Boas or ball pythons?
Boas.
Ooh, okay. Respect. You did good. Hey, that last one got hot. I'm not gonna lie. That last one got hot. I had to get out of the seat. That one hurt because I love those on a whole equal level, but I don't know which one I would do without one. I don't know. I didn't mean to do that to you, but it was fun.
Good. I was waiting for the MGK Eminem one, man.
Everyone knows you fuck with Eminem, so I didn't want
MGK.
Fuck MGK. That was.
I'm just like a pretty little white jockey boy over here too, but MGK, I don't float with him at all.
Dude, can we pop? Okay, listen. I'm going to Canada as soon as I can, and I want to link with all you guys. I can't wait to hang out with you guys. Foster, fucking
We
all.
got some Canadian syrup for you to smoke over here, buddy.
I cannot wait. I want that sauce, baby. But then also, I hope you guys come. I know I met Foster at Reptarium. I hope I get to meet you over here as well, Dean. And I just hope a lot of this shit just goes away. We get back to normalcy. So we can all come together, fucking smoke together, and fucking just shoot the shit, man. This is all love, all fun. And I appreciate you, Dean. Hey, real quick, 60 consistent people, over 65 likes. Wait, how many likes we got? Come on, Jay. Yeah, one job, bro. Come on. 74 likes. 74 likes, over 61 views. And that's what I'm fucking talking about, because that's that's what you deserve, bro. But what do you got to say to all your supporters, everyone who came and fucked with you today, people who look up to you? What do you have to say to all of them, man?
Thanks for the support. I didn't realize that I was kind of reaching out as far as I am, but I appreciate all the love, and I'll just keep doing my thing. And if you need any help or have questions, feel free to shout out to me. I'm always chilling out, doing snakes or watching hockey, so I'm free to chat. So thanks for everything. Thanks you, MJ, for letting me on the dopest podcast around.
Hell yeah.
Respect. Dabs and coffee and reptile talk. That's the way to do a Saturday.
Yep. And I hope you enjoy your Saturday, Foster. Thanks for chilling with us. And be ready for that round two. Round two from these two. Be ready.
Yeah, man.
All right. Hey, you guys have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you soon, and you guys have a blessed one, okay?
You too, dude.
All right. Canadian fucking balls out. Damn. Good one. Dean Foster lighting up the bowls. That's my man. That was great. I loved it. Amazing shit. Canada always brings that fucking energy, and I'm excited to go enjoy my day now. I'm gonna go meet with the homie Antoine, meet with the homie Andrew. Fucking got Redlands, fucking High Desert. I can't really think right now, but those are my boys, and I can't wait to go hang out with them. We got homie Jay in the building here. We're gonna go continue this sesh, take it over to the Del Mar Reptile Show. If any of you are in Southern California and you ain't got nothing going on, head down to Del Mar, go to the Reptile Expo, come kick it with me, Jay, a couple other homies. We'll go smoke tough. I'll give you some good coordinates to the good taco shops. And yeah, man, we could just have a good time, man. Unity, baby. Let's all get together. Let's stop dividing shit. And even the people I don't like out there, man, let's just fuck it. Let's put everything down. Let's just all chill, enjoy each other. Let's fight for US ARC. Let's continue to do our thing. And that's it, man. I appreciate you guys who tuned in. This was a beautiful time. I can't wait to go enjoy my day. You guys go enjoy your day. Make sure you go subscribe to the channel. If you enjoyed this session and you're like, damn, I want to make sure I don't miss these, well, hit the subscription button, man. Hit the notification bell. That way you're on top of all my Trap Talk clips on Tuesdays, my Thursday Trap Talk sessions, and my Saturday morning Trap Talk sections. And Sunday, baby, you know what the deal is, Trap Talk University. If you're really trying to fuck with this channel, go down to the link below. Join the Patreon family, all right? I have a sick-ass trap familia I've been building. Mad support over there. We got shit going on every Sunday, okay? 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time every Sunday. Make sure you're there. If you want to check it out, come check it out. Hit that link. You won't be disappointed because I give you guys 401 on everything what's to come, and we all learn off each other too. And I bring random guests. I know a lot of people. All right, you guys have a wonderful night. I got my boy Jay. We're going to go do some final little fucking trap chores, and then we out, man. I'll see you guys at Del Mar Super Chore.